Good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is what? I'll be getting losing track of the days. Today's Wednesday,
Wednesday.
right? So we have some craziness that's about to happen today. We have tariffs that's about to happen, and we got some major news that's coming out. So we got to make sure we check in for those. But before anything else, I want to give God all the glory, all the praise, all the thanks for waking me up this morning. Without Him, I'm nothing. With Him, I'm everything. So I'm grateful for everything that He's blessed me with, the opportunity to come on here this morning and help people make money. But also, guys, this is for education purposes only. This is not financial advice. I'm just letting you guys know what I'm going in as far as doing live trades. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my charts. Let's lock into these charts. Market is about to open. So, let's do this. So today we have a 3-1 setup on Apple, which is a good setup. Tariffs is gonna be something major. So we gotta watch out for those. As far as the news wise, right here, we have President Trump speaking at 4 o'clock today, right? So that is gonna be a major thing. But if you notice, he's speaking when the market closes. Weird, ain't it? Right? So he's speaking when the market closes. Um, what else? We had non farm today, so that's major. Non farm
Market's
coming in
open.
way more than expected, right? So we're gonna see what that does to the market. The market is open right now. What we're seeing is a nice where Apple is rejecting VWAP right here, but I like where it's at because it's sitting right at the 50% line. So either break of the up or the down candle. So if it breaks the high, then your target should be up here at 25.57. If it breaks the low, then your target should be down here, which is 16.29, right? I normally like to go for the body first. So the body would be what, 217 at that point, right? So Apple is one. AVGO had a nice setup as far as how it looked. Yesterday we traded AVGO. I closed my trade early, right? Because it broke the 15, but it did exactly what I said, which is go to the 50% line and then um, bounce off of the 50% line. So it did exactly that and broke the high yesterday. So if you guys had stayed in that trade, which I didn't recommend anybody to stay in it because I was already out. It's better to take a loss and then re-enter a trade versus taking a trade and it goes completely the opposite way to begin with. So either way, the trade did what it was supposed to do yesterday. I just didn't stay in it to wait for it. Google. Google did what it's supposed to do. Google did 80% yesterday as far as what from the time I got in. I took my profit a little over 50%. Let's see right here. So we have AVGO right now rejecting off of VWAP right here. So you have to be patient, guys, for the first 15 minutes of the market. Um, we might see something, we might not see anything because Trump again is speaking later on today. Market gap down on everything. So we're looking at everything over here on my watch list is red. Everything, everything except from SQQQ, of course, which is the opposite, and UNH, which is slightly green. But everything right now is red, 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 and more red. Oh, cost is red. Cost is green. Crocs just went red. Arc is green. Everything is down right now. So Adobe had a nice setup on Adobe right here. This was a nice setup on Adobe. but Adobe need to break up here. I was looking forward to a break on the high side for Adobe, but it didn't. So with that said, Adobe, if Adobe breaks right here, then we could see downside for Adobe. But I'm more biased towards the upside. In a sense, it's like when you're looking for a trade to happen and it doesn't happen, you just, all right, on to the next one type of thing. So with SPY, let's take a look at SPY, see what SPY is doing. All right, so SPY gap down as well, big gap down. So you're talking about what? Almost, it's a $5 gap down on SPY. So we're gonna see what happened. Remember, we take it light in the first 15 minutes. We just watch what the market does. What we could see happen with SPY right here, we could see SPY come up, test the 50 right here, and then reject off the 50, or come up, test the VWAP and reject off of VWAP. All right. Apple is pushing up. We're waiting for Apple to break right here. If Apple breaks right here, then we could take Apple up. That move will be a $2 move on Apple on options. So that should be a good move as well. But right here, there's a lot of resistance in this level. If you notice, resistance, didn't break over it, didn't break over it, gap down. So we're going to see some major resistance right here. If it break through this though, again, our target would be up here. Mm-mm. Still watching, guys. I didn't get in any trades yet.
Morning, morning. I'm gonna get some music going today. All right.
Apple looking good. See right here. This shows me right here for SPY. SPY is coming up to the 50 right here. 15-minute. Man. Man, this was good. This was good right here. Wasn't looking at the 15-minute, but the 15-minute looks good. On this move right here, could have took this move right here, break above that, take your profit already. But again, we're looking at the daytime. Needed to break on the day. Needed to break on the day. So we're being patient with our trades. All right, so there's stuff starting to turn green. Start seeing things start turning green.
Mm-hmm. Pushing up.
So Apple testing the 50 right now. Not Apple, but SPY testing the 50, breaking the 50. So nice push up. Well, look at this right here. So this is a 5-minute right here. We have to break above this 200, and we have to break above the 50 and close above the 50. So we could see some form of rejection right here on SPY. Baba had looked good to the downside. If Baba had break here, so Baba is doing this right now because Baba was one of them I was looking at. Baba came up, tested 50, which is good. You want to see a break of this right here, a break below 51, 131.56 or 53, a break below there. Then we could take Baba down too. So that was one that I had saw with Baba. And of course, he's going to want to do it right before the 15-minute ends. Let's just do this. Alert. I don't think it's going to give us time. I think it's going to want to break right now. Put it till 4. Look at that. While I'm doing it, it's about to happen.
Um, it's moving. How much more time? 4 minutes?
Yeah, we still got time. So take profit on this will be right here first, which is the open of the candle. So that's going to be, I like to go to the body. When people trade strat, they say the bottom of the candle, but I use the body as part of my take profit. So the open is 130 is going to be the first part. So 130. And then the next take profit will be at the bottom of the low right here, which is 128. So right here, 5 minute hitting on the 200. So this is Apple right here, like we was talking about. I have Apple over here. Oh, look at AVGO. A break of AVGO on the day. Bounce off the 50 again. What's the high of this? 68.70. Put it at 75. So this is how you would set up. Right now BA is looking like we still have time in this 15. BA just went off. I'm not taking BA yet because BA just broke the 15 minute on the 15 minute with 1 minute left. So we're gonna have to wait for a pullback on BA. I hate when that happens. How much time left in the? We have So we got 50 seconds left in the candle. It wouldn't be smart for me to do the puts right now, because if I go in 50 seconds, yeah, it's gonna drop. It could drop, and it could drop hard, but we're gonna wait for a pullback first, because if we come in now, then when the new 15-minute open, it could pull back, and then we're in trouble. Same thing right here. AVGO about to break. So everything is breaking right now.
Which one do you like the best?
Mm, they're all good trades. Apple is far away from. Yeah, Apple is not. All right, so with AVGO, let's see what AVGO is at. I like AVGO. The AVGO just broke, so we're gonna wait for a pullback. Wait for the pullback to come back down. Let me put Baba over
You
on
on
this.
calls?
AVGO will be calls, guys. And then Baba, if you want to jump in Baba, Baba will be puts. We're going to take AVGO.
Now.
Yeah. All right, so I'm in AVGO calls. So I'm in the 175 calls on AVGO. My average cost is 122. 128, sorry, 128.
Where you going with it?
Hmm?
Where you going with it?
Okay, so AVGO right here on the day. So the target on AVGO should be up here at 172. Okay, that should be a first target. Remember, we talked about it yesterday, where if it broke this, then our target, the first target is going to be right here, which is right here right now, closing that gap. So we're closing the gap right now. And then we have up here, which is going to be the target. So the target is 170. The first target was right here, which it just hit, right? That closes the gap. So there was a gap right here that just closed the gap. Second target right here at the body of the candle, third target at the top of the candle, right? Based on strategy, right? You normally want to go to the top. It's going to be the top of the candle. But with this, I always go to the body. I always use the body as the first target, simply because um, the body is going to have some type of rejection right there as well.
A little spray.
BA is dropping. So if anybody jumping BA is dropping too. So if you guys are coming in right now I'm in AVGO calls. I also called out BA puts, which BA already broke the
Baba.
day, but not BA, but Baba. Sorry, Baba puts. I called it out on the break of this, on the break of the day. So we already dropped $1 on that. Um, so AVGO right now is pushing up.
Mhm.
Hmm?
It hasn't gotten there.
So these red lines that I have, guys, are targets. So right now, the first target, it hit the first target right here. Um, the first target is a gap that it needed to fill. So if you look on the daily, we had gap down. So right now, it just closed that gap. So then this is a 2-2 reversal based on strat. So on a 2-2 reversal, once it breaks here, your target should be the top of the previous candle, which is up here. I normally like to go to the body of the candle, which is right here, right? So that will be my first target. Then my second target will be right here. Right now, the contracts are up 10% from the time where I called it out.
What is it doing on the smaller time frame?
It's pushing. So we just created a 3 on the 4-hour candle, which is showing that we're bullish right here. Um, see on the 1 hour. 1 hour, we pulling back.
Right here.
Let's see what the week look like. Okay, so the week just closed a gap. That's a 3-month low. Okay. No, it broke. Baba coming down, guys. So if you're in Baba, that's good as well. On Baba, we have a 2-2 reversal on Baba right here. So the take profit, first take profit, like I mentioned, is going to be at 30, 130, with second take profit down here at 128. So if you look at this right here, open. So Baba is about to hit first take profit, which is right at the body of the candle right here. That's going to be a first take profit on Baba. And then the second take profit is going to be down here. See what SPY did. SPY not really doing much right now. A break above right here, guys, on SPY, and SPY gonna run. So right now we have 2 minutes left in SPY. SPY set up just like AVGO. AVGO already broke day, so AVGO is bullish on the day, right? It may pull back, but AVGO is bullish on the day. With SPY is still below. SPY is testing VWAP right here, right? So SPY is testing VWAP right here. So SPY still can reject and come back down. But a break above this 15-minute candle on SPY, and your target probably will be, your target would then can be the high of the day. If you look across right here where it's hitting at, if you look over here, there's resistance right here, right? So it has a gap between right here. So it normally tests the gap. Sometimes it will reject the gap right off over here, right? That's why you've seen that. And then once it break through that, the next stop is going to be right here at 161.78. So we got 44 seconds left. What's Apple? Alpha came back up. So Apple test VWAP break. Same thing for Apple. So if Apple break this 15-minute, could see Apple push as well. So all of them have the same setup. For Apple to be bullish, don't want to jump in Apple early, but for Apple to be bullish, Apple needs to break the previous day. Okay, once Apple break the previous day, then we could say Apple is bullish. So this is a new 15-minute candle that just came in. All right, so that's breaking. It didn't break yet on Apple. Let's see on SPY. Oh, a break above this candle, guys, on SPY, and SPY is a call. So a break above this candle right here, SPY will be a call. All right, so SPY is a call right now. So SPY is a call right now, guys. There you go. Our first stop is going to be right up here at 160, 561.75.
Put an alert there just in case, you know, we switch so I know to come back. Just say hit take profit type of thing.
I mean, it's probably going to hit take profit right now. Not right now. 561.75.
Your time.
All right, so we're in SPY and we're in AVGO. AVGO is looking good to the upside. A break of this and AVGO is gonna push. Okay, so right now in AVGO, up again 10% on AVGO as far as our contracts. Yeah, yeah. AVGO is bullish to the upside. AVGO just broke. Did it broke?
Yeah, my 20%.
20% on AVGO.
No, 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 not yet. Not yet. It's still around 10. A little over 10.
Okay, here we go. What is this?
How much
High.
time left in the 15? What time is it?
The high is
That's 10 o'clock.
all right. So SPY pushing right here, guys. I think Apple already broke to the upside too. No, Apple still didn't break yet. Apple still didn't break yet. Apple is right there though. Apple is right there to break. So Apple Apple is right there to break that high, that 3-1. So a break of that and Apple target will be up here to the upside. Now, like I mentioned too, like I said, a break of that and it could be a call for Apple, right? So if you even got in a call from right here, to up there. Yeah, it's not a major move, but it's still enough to give you at least 10% in profit. Back over to SPY. SPY is pulling back too. So we're having a rejection of that level. So let's take a look at this. If I was supposed to draw a line, so that line right there, then go to the left, we have right here, we have right here, we have right here, we have right here, right? So there's levels. That's why when you see something is fighting over, so remember that support becomes resistance at some point, and resistance becomes support at some point. So right now is fighting that level. It's reject off that level few times. So it came down, support, right? Then breakthrough. So now came up, kind of test resistance, resistance, right? Resistance again, resistance again, and then it's resistant again. Okay. So we might want to pay attention to that level. So I break above that level. Now remember again, on the day we're bullish, in a sense where it hit target right here. The first target was hit right here. Second target, like I said, is gonna be up here at 71 97. All right, they bring this thing all the way back down here. So on the 1 hour, we're testing VWAP right here. Come down to test VWAP. Remember, guys, that today we have the president speaking at 4 o'clock. This is gonna affect the market after market, right? So there's a lot. The market might not move as much, even though we had
Unless he says something.
non-farm. Now he could come out and say something before, but with non-farm, we have some huge numbers right here. This is a big difference. Previous we had 84, right? Then we have 118. Now we have 155K. So that's a huge difference. Okay. So with that, you'll see the market. That's why you see that gap down in the market earlier this morning, right? All right. So this is a new 15-minute coming in. If you're just joining us, guys, I draw a line previously that showed that this is bouncing off of resistance right here. It had tested, but now if you look at it, we're creating higher lows as well. Okay. So in a sense, we're in a bullish we're in a little bit of a bullish stance. If you look at this, we're creating higher lows. Okay. So with that higher lows and we're creating higher highs as far as this right here. So we're creating higher highs. We have this rejection that keeps on happening. We're above the 200, right? We're above the 200 on the 15-minute. The day broke, right? So on the day, we have a 2-2 reversal. So I'll show you guys that as far as we have a day. On the day, we have a 2-2 reversal to the upside. So the first target that I mentioned was right here because you have to close the gap. So the gap has been closed. Then the next target, the official target, is right here, right? The official target is always the top of the candle. But my thing is, I always use the body as one target. So the body is one target right here. So right at 170, 196. And then the other target, which is a high, is at 173.32. So those are your targets. SPY is pushing back up, guys. We also in a SPY call. So SPY is pushing back up. All of this right here is showing that SPY is in a buy zone. You have confluency on all time frame, right? So all of the time frames are green, right? So it's showing like a bullish sense. A break above here, like I said, my first target is 161.71. That's the first target on SPY. A break above here is going to be very bullish because at the sense this is an outside bar, right? So you probably see a nice move to the upside with this. On the day, SPY is where? No, wrong one. So SPY on the day is right here, right at this level. So let's see where that level is. Normally, you always have some kind of resistance at the body, right? So at the body of a candle. That's why I always say pay attention to the body, right? There's always some type of resistance at the body of the candle, right? So right there is 161. So you'll see that right there. Now, if you look at right here, there's a gap that it gap down right in here, right? So this gap needs to be filled as well. So right now we test the bottom of the gap, reject off the bottom, come back down. We're testing that gap again, right? We're testing the bottom of that gap, and then we're gonna see if we're gonna break through that, right? If we break right here, this 15-minute candle, right, we're gonna push. which I'm expecting. I know this is speculation. This is all for educational purposes. This is not financial advice, but I'm expecting the market to push. At least it already pushed if you look at the numbers. But if you look right here, market already pushed based on this number, right? The price dropped, but then market pushed back up because this number right here. Now we have crude oil coming in 7 minutes. That's gonna affect most of the like Exxon Mobil, um, those type of stocks. So those type of stocks will move based on what come in for the result or for those numbers. Okay. So right now we back again in profit. I mean, guys, in a sense, like we could have, if you're doing something to where you're saying you're taking 10% every single trade, it compounds over time, right? 10% can compound over time. If you have $1,000 and you're doing 10% a day, that's $100 a day. There's like what 23 days, trading days in a month, or let's even say 20 trading days in a month. So at that point, you're at $2,000. You just doubled your money in space of a month, right?
Let me go ahead and take my little 10%
No.
break. I felt that conviction.
My wife over here talking about, oh, let me go ahead and take my 10%. Right?
I
She's like,
felt
yo,
that conviction.
she's like, yo, I felt the conviction. I feel it. I feel it. Like, yo, no. Um, Everybody can take their percentage wherever they feel fit. Right now, we're breaking, like I said, if we break on SPY, the 15-minute, it's gonna be bullish right here. We just break again on AVGO. This right here, this pullback right here is just to scare buyers out, right? It's just to scare buyers out of their trade, right? So right now we're up 20% on this trade.
I'm taking 20%.
My wife talking about she's taking
I
20%.
am not playing with you. I have other things to do today. I got other things to do today. I'm out.
Oh, you already took?
Yeah, I took my 12%. I'm out. I wasn't playing with you. I got
Oh,
places.
she's out. She's out of the trade,
I
guys.
yeah, we're done. I have
She's out of
places
the
to
trade
be,
at
things to do.
20%. Oh my gosh. But it's all good. Hey, any
It was
profit
fighting to me.
is
It was
good
fighting too
profit.
much in that area where I wasn't comfortable. It's too much. It's gonna run, but I got things to do.
She didn't even leave runners or nothing. She
Nope, I
just be
got
like,
things to
yo, let
do.
me let me take let me take
I'm
my
not you.
20%.
I'm not
She's
you.
like, let me take my 20% right here, guys. Like again, first target already hit. So second target is gonna be 171.95. And then the other target is gonna be 173. Okay. We might do some parabolic shit today. I'm not gonna lie to you because of the numbers. We might see a big push or a big rejection. Either way, y'all made money today. If y'all was trading with me, y'all made money today, right? I called 3 trades out. I called SPY trade from right here up, which called SPY trade. That was a good trade right there. I call AVGO.
Mm-hmm.
AVGO, we took profit on AVGO. AVGO pulled back. And we call Baba, which Baba just dropped down. I was looking at Baba in the corner over here, right? My first target already hit on Baba, which let me show you. My first target already hit on Baba, which is at 130. Okay. 130. My target already hit on Baba. So if you look on the day, I told you guys you have a 2-2 reversal to the downside. So with a 2-2 reversal to the downside, we broke right here. Bounce, we rejected that 50. Now, a lot of times, um, I would like to take the trade on the 50%, but sometimes it's like, all right, you could go in if you want to, but most of the times I don't. I wait for the confirmation to break right here, right? So we came up, we reject the 50, and then we break. So because we break, that's a 2-2 reversal to the downside. So with that, my first target is always the body. Again, with strat, it's the bottom of the candle. I always use the body as my first target. The body of the first target is 130.03, right? This is 130. The low of this is 129.95. So we already hit first target. Now the next target is gonna be down here at 128. Okay. So that's the next target for Baba. Guys, I mean, that's it. That's it. It's about to be 10:30. Um, did Apple break? Oh, Apple broke. My alert didn't go off for Apple?
Did you? I don't remember you put an alert for Apple.
I didn't put an alert for Apple.
No.
Apple is bullish too, guys. So right here,
It's gonna push the market.
Apple broke the 3-1 setup. So anytime you have a 3-1 setup, a break of the inside. So this is called a three. A three is called an outside bar. Outside bar is gonna be where it broke the previous day high and the previous day low. So it's basically an engulfing candle, right? Then you have a one. A one is going to be an inside bar, right? So with that, we have an inside bar. So we call that a 3-1 setup. So a break of the one to the upside is going to be bullish. A break of the one to the downside is going to be bearish. So we broke to the upside, and I expected it to break to the upside because of the numbers that came out today. So the target for it is going to be 121, 125, the high of here, which is 125.62. That's going to be the target, right? So with that, we could come up. We could even come up all the way up to test the 200, um, which will be a $7 move. That's not bad for Apple. So it could happen, right? It could happen. So with that, SPY is moving. I said that if SPY broke, SPY is going to push. Apple broke, so Apple is pushing right now. Yeah, yeah. AVGO already did what it's supposed to do. My wife said, I'm out. My wife said, I'm out. Yo, later on, she gonna look at it and she gonna see 100% and she gonna be like, oh my God.
Probably.
It
But it's
happens.
okay. I have other things I gotta do.
It
So.
happens. It happens. But hey, going back to just the conviction that I gave her, the conviction was, yo, at 10%, if you take your profit every single time at 10%, right? Then look at how much money you'll have in a month. If every day you trade and you take 10% every single day profit instead of trying to go for 30%, 50%, or 100% on some trades, if you take 10%, right? In 10 days, you doubled your account. In 20 days, which is a month of trading, you'll make 200% on your account, right? But it takes discipline. It takes discipline, right? So right here, it takes discipline, right? So we're going to see a break. We probably see a break. We're above here right now. We probably see a break, but that's it, guys. I'm going to tune out for the day. Hope y'all have a great and wonderful rest of y'all day. Make sure you're taking profits if you're still in the trade. Make sure that you have a trailing stop or something, and don't make a green trade go red. Even though I made it happen a couple times today. But either way, guys, be safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow again at market open.